In a world that often underscores the importance of kindness, sympathy, and understanding, the notion of not universally applying gentleness may seem counterintuitive. However, Buddhism provides the insightful perspective on this matter. With Gautama Buddha, the enlightened sage who founded Buddhism over 2 millennia ago, offering wisdom that extends beyond mere politeness. Gautama Buddha's teachings delve into the core of human relationships, inner serenity, and spiritual growth. In this exploration, we will delve into the profound teachings of Gautama Buddha and explore why, at times, it is crucial to move beyond gentleness and embrace a more nuanced approach to life. At the age of 29, Gautama embarked on a spiritual journey to seek answers to fundamental questions about existence, suffering, and the pursuit of enduring happiness and inner peace. After years of intense meditation and self-inquiry, he attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India, becoming the Buddha, the Awakened One, and began sharing his insights with the world. Buddha's teachings revolve around the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. These fundamental principles form the bedrock of Buddhism, providing profound guidance on navigating the complexities of human existence. The Four Noble Truths, the cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy, offer a clear framework for understanding the nature of suffering and the path to liberation. Let's explore these truths and consider their implications for the idea of not treating everyone with kid gloves. Firstly, the reality of suffering. Buddha's initial noble truth acknowledges the ubiquity of suffering in the world. Buddha recognized that suffering is an inherent part of the human experience, encompassing physical pain, emotional turmoil, and the discontent arising from unending desires. While adopting a gentle approach towards everyone may offer temporary solace for certain types of suffering, it neglects to address the root causes. Gautama Buddha encourages use to directly confront suffering, acknowledging its presence in our lives. This confrontation provides us with clarity and insight into the nature of suffering, empowering us to discover effective means of transcending it. Secondly, the reality of the cause of suffering. The second noble truth identifies attachment and craving as the culprits behind suffering. It is natural for humans to seek pleasure and avoid pain, but our fixation on these desires leads to suffering. Being excessively gentle with everyone can manifest as attachment, a longing for approval or validation. Buddha imparts the wisdom that letting go of attachment and craving opens the path to liberation from suffering. This doesn't mean becoming emotionally detached. Rather, it involves cultivating a balanced and compassionate outlook towards others. Thirdly, the reality of the cessation of suffering. The third noble truth instills optimism, affirming the possibility of ending suffering. By eliminating its fundamental causes, attachment and craving, overcoming suffering becomes achievable. Liberation from the relentless cycle of suffering occurs. Let's delve into these profound truths and explore their implications for the concept of not treating everyone with kid gloves. Firstly, the reality of suffering. Buddha's inaugural noble truth recognizes the omnipresence of suffering in the world. Buddha understood that suffering is an integral aspect of the human experience, spanning physical agony, emotional upheaval, and the dissatisfaction stemming from ceaseless yearning. While adopting a gentle approach towards everyone might provide momentary relief for certain types of suffering, it fails to address the underlying causes. Gautama Buddha urges us to confront suffering directly, acknowledging its existence in our lives. This confrontation grants us clarity and insight into the essence of suffering, empowering us to discover effective means of transcending it. Secondly, the reality of the cause of suffering. The second noble truth pinpoints attachment and craving as the culprits behind suffering. It's inherent in human nature to pursue pleasure and evade pain, but our fixation on these desires begets suffering. Being excessively gentle with everyone can be a manifestation of attachment, a yearning for approval or validation. Buddha imparts the wisdom that relinquishing attachment and craving paves the way to liberation from suffering. This doesn't entail becoming emotionally detached. Rather, it involves cultivating a balanced and compassionate outlook towards others. Thirdly, the reality of the cessation of suffering. The third noble truth instills optimism, affirming the achievability of ending suffering. By eradicating its fundamental causes, attachment and craving, overcoming suffering becomes a reality. Liberation from the relentless cycle of suffering emerges when we release the grip on external validation and the compulsion to please everyone. Now, as for the fourth noble truth, it delineates the Eightfold Path, the route to liberation from suffering. This path interweaves ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, challenging the notion that indiscriminate gentleness is the pinnacle of virtue. Instead, the Eightfold Path urges the cultivation of discernment and wisdom in our engagements, steering us toward true liberation. The Eightfold Path unfolds with its 8 interconnected principles, encompassing right view and right intention, right speech, mindfulness, and right concentration. Linked to Buddhism, the middle way serves as a guiding principle, advocating for balance and steering clear of extremes. In the pursuit of not treating everyone with undue gentleness, the middle way urges the cultivation of equilibrium between compassion and discernment. Gautama Buddha himself, in the tapestry of his life, embodied the essence of the middle way. Preceding his enlightenment, he experienced the opulence of princely life and delved into the rigors of extreme asceticism, yet neither extreme provided the answers sought. Enlightenment dawned only when he discovered the equilibrium inherent in the middle way. Applied to our engagements with others, the middle way advises against excessive gentleness that enables harmful behavior and discourages unnecessary harshness that inflicts unwarranted suffering. Instead, it is crucial to navigate each circumstance with discernment, recognizing the balance between compassion and establishing necessary boundaries. The dichotomy of compassion versus enabling remains a paramount consideration when avoiding undue leniency. Within the teachings of Buddhism, it becomes evident that genuine compassion transcends endorsing destructive behavior or sacrificing personal well-being for the benefit of others. True compassion necessitates a profound comprehension of the roots of suffering, coupled with a dedication to alleviating that suffering through judicious strategies. The parable of the raft eloquently elucidates the notion of selective gentleness. This allegory underscores the transient nature of Buddhist doctrines and underscores the significance of relinquishing them once their purpose has been fulfilled. In this narrative, a traveler traverses a vast river using a makeshift raft, specifically crafted for reaching the opposite shore. Upon safely reaching the destination, the traveler abandons the raft, recognizing its role in facilitating the river crossing. The wisdom imparted by the parable of the raft underscores that Buddhist teachings, akin to the raft, function as instruments for navigating the river of suffering and ignorance. Their utility lies in their capacity to aid in crossing, not in perpetuating attachment. Hence, the approach to refraining from universal gentleness should mirror adaptability, contingent on the context. Much like the raft serving as a means to navigate difficulties, there are instances where gentleness and compassion prove invaluable. However, a rigid adherence to excessive leniency can metamorphose into an impediment in certain situations. In instances like these, it becomes imperative to release our gentleness and embrace a more discerning approach, guiding ourselves and others toward liberation from suffering. One pivotal application of the middle path lies in setting boundaries, a critical aspect where compassion and accommodation must coexist with the establishment of clear boundaries to safeguard our well-being and nurture healthy relationships. Within a Buddhist context, boundaries aren't perceived as a lack of compassion, but as an act of self-care and wisdom. Another key area is dealing with harmful behavior. where the middle path encourages responding to such actions with a blend of wisdom and compassion. This might involve directly addressing the behavior, offering support for positive change, or seeking professional help when needed. Striking a balance is crucial, avoiding undue harshness while refraining from enabling harmful actions. The third realm is navigating conflicts, recognizing them as inherent in human interactions. The middle path advocates not evasion or suppression, but addressing conflicts with skillful means. This entails approaching conflicts with mindfulness, active listening, and a genuine willingness to understand others' perspectives. Instead of overly gentle avoidance for superficial harmony, it encourages engaging in constructive dialogue for resolutions that foster genuine harmony and understanding. A poignant example illustrating life's inevitable suffering is the parable of the mustard seed. It unfolds with a grieving mother seeking the Buddha's help after losing her child. The Buddha agrees to help under the condition that she brings a mustard seed from a household untouched by death. Her quest reveals the universal experience of death in every home, leading to a profound realization about the universality of suffering. The parable's lesson resonates, emphasizing that suffering is an intrinsic part of the human experience. Loss, pain, and sorrow are universal, highlighting that gentleness alone cannot eradicate suffering. While gentleness may offer momentary comfort, it falls short in addressing the profound existential questions and challenges that every individual confronts. The human condition finds a more profound and lasting solution through the transformative power of wisdom and understanding, echoing the teachings of Buddhism. Skillful means and art mastered by this philosophy play a pivotal role in guiding others towards enlightenment. These means entail employing apt methods and strategies, finely tuned to the unique needs and conditions of individuals. In the realm of communication and compassionate guidance, not being gentle with everyone demands the application of skillful means. Essential to effective interaction, these means ensure that rigidity or lack of compassion is not mistaken for insensitivity. Rather, it calls for a nuanced approach tailored to each person's situation and needs, embodying the essence of compassion. Utilizing skillful means allows us to customize our strategy, providing a nuanced blend of assistance, direction, and limits. Second point, acknowledging the distinctiveness among individuals. Every person possesses a unique journey to contentment and wellness. Some may find solace in a tender and understanding approach, while others might necessitate a more explicit and assertive guidance. Recognizing these individual dissimilarities is a crucial aspect of skillful means, prompting us to tailor our engagements accordingly. Thirdly, practicing empathy and active listening. Skillful means encompass not only active listening but also empathy. By delving deeply into the emotions and experiences of others, we enhance our ability to respond with heightened wisdom and compassion. Taking this approach enables us to extend significant assistance and advice while safeguarding our overall well-being. Welcoming the concept of impermanence becomes crucial. A cornerstone truth in Buddhism, impermanence imparts the wisdom that everything, from our emotions to relationships, is susceptible to constant flux and transitory nature. Recognizing impermanence proves vital, especially when refraining from treating everyone with undue gentleness. First and foremost, consider the fleeting nature of emotions. Our emotional landscape is in a perpetual state of flux, often swayed by external conditions. Balancing our responses to emotions, avoiding excessive gentleness or harshness, is imperative to maintaining stability in our relationships. Recognizing the impermanence of emotions offers a path to respond with equanimity and wisdom. Relationships, our closest bonds, are inherently impermanent. People and circumstances shift, and understanding this impermanence allows us to savor the beauty of each moment while acknowledging the inevitable changes life brings. Letting go, the third aspect, is an art taught by impermanence. It urges us to release rigid notions, realizing that being gentle with everyone is often impractical. Instead, we can embrace openness and adaptability in our relationships, allowing them to naturally evolve and transform. Mindfulness and self-compassion play pivotal roles. Mindfulness, a core Buddhist practice, involves cultivating awareness of the present moment without judgment. In the journey of not being gentle with everyone, mindfulness and self-compassion become invaluable allies. The first, self-compassion, is encouraged by mindfulness, urging us to extend compassion to ourselves. In the pursuit of avoiding undue gentleness, it's crucial to emphasize the importance of self-care and self-compassion. Mindfulness plays a pivotal role in this, urging us to be attuned to our needs and emotions, thereby preserving inner equilibrium and steering clear of burnout. A second key aspect is non-judgmental awareness. Mindfulness instills in us the ability to impartially observe our thoughts and emotions, particularly when faced with challenging situations or difficult individuals. This mindful pause empowers us to respond with enhanced wisdom and discernment, breaking free from immediate reactions. Equanimity, a core principle in Buddhism's Brahma Viharas, assumes a central role. This involves cultivating a mental and emotional steadiness amid life's fluctuations. This practice becomes especially invaluable when deviating from excessive gentleness, allowing us to uphold composure and compassion across diverse circumstances. It's crucial to underline that refraining from excessive gentleness is not an endorsement of harshness or indifference. Rather, it's a call to embrace a balanced approach, where mindfulness and equanimity guide us to remain composed and compassionate in the intricate dance of life. Embrace an invitation to embody genuine compassion, a compassion deeply rooted in wisdom, understanding, and an earnest longing for the well-being and liberation of all beings. Honoring the timeless wisdom of Gautama Buddha, let us tread the middle way, endeavoring to usher greater peace and harmony into our lives in the world. At its core, the true heart of compassion is found in the delicate equilibrium of gentleness and discernment. It is a compassion that rises above transient emotions, bestowing enduring peace upon ourselves and those who share our existence. Join us on this path, with hearts wide open and minds enlightened, as we conclude this Zen journey. Consider becoming an integral part of our Inspira Zen community. As we draw the curtains on this Zen narrative, I extend an invitation for you to be an active participant in our journey. If this story stirred inspiration within you, show your support by tapping the like button, sharing it with friends, and dropping a comment below. Share your reflections or suggest Zen stories you'd like to explore next. Don't miss out on more moments of motivation and tranquility. Subscribe and ring the notification bell. Your engagement is the driving force behind our journey. Gratitude for joining us on this path of wisdom and enlightenment. Thank you for walking alongside us.